Hello, and welcome back to Cool Evolution Facts. This is episode 12, The Fountain of Youth. Have you ever wondered why exactly people get old? Why almost all complex life forms age over time, so that if something external doesn't kill us, we eventually just sort of self-destruct? For a long time, this was a mystery to science. It seemed that our cells should be able to reproduce themselves indefinitely, so as long as no disease or injury killed us, we should be able to keep going. But that was before scientists found and came to understand the function of telomeres. Telomeres are meaningless strands of DNA at the ends of each chromosome. They're there because every time our cells duplicate our DNA, some of the nucleotides at the end of each chromosome are not copied, effectively shortening the chromosome. Telomeres give a buffer to the ends of the chromosomes, so they can be effectively reproduced without the shortening effect damaging the information-containing part of the DNA. Eventually, however, chromosomes lose too much of their telomeres and are themselves damaged. This limits the number of times a cell can duplicate itself, and is largely responsible for the aging process, at least on a cellular level. There is an enzyme called telomerase, which will add telomeres, essentially removing the limits to cell division. But our adult cells produce little or none of this enzyme. Having no telomerase in adult cells may seem like a maladaptation. After all, growing old isn't necessarily good for an organism. But this trait was naturally selected for a reason, and that reason is all about cancer. Most of us will have numerous mutations in individual cells over our lifetime, and some of those mutations will cause a cell to begin to replicate itself out of control. However, most of these occasions will not turn into actual cancers. The tissues created by those cells, as they replicate far more quickly than the rest of the tissues in our bodies, also age faster. So these would-be cancerous tumors actually die of old age, while the rest of our bodies are still young. This is an example of the fact that evolution doesn't necessarily have to give us the best way to do something. It just has to be a way that works. And limiting the number of times a cell can divide before it self-destructs does work. It's believed that the forms of cancer that actually do harm us not only contain mutations for rapid cell division, but also produce telomerase, allowing cancer cells to grow without aging. Were all of our cells to produce telomerase throughout our lives, death rates from cancer would be much, much higher. And the same is true if we were to somehow use telomerase as a fountain of youth. If we discovered a way to either add telomerase to our bodies or to prompt our own cells to produce it themselves, we would almost guarantee that we would not die of old age. But that's partially because we would all die of cancer. Will this change in the future? Who knows? Perhaps our great-great-great-grandchildren will have learned to control the tumors that would grow as a result of the use of telomerase. With that and the likely coming ability to grow replacement organs and other new treatments for disease, they may live to be much older than we today can even dream. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If so, please like, share, subscribe if you haven't already, and come back and watch more videos. Until next time.